talking about Wole Soyinka at a particular outing in South Africa, Stellenbosch, where he made some allegations against the Labour Party's presidential candidate, Peter Obi. He said that Peter Obi is selling a lie, especially to the young persons. In fact, he says that there is no how he would claim that Labour Party did not come third, that the Labour Party saying they won is an absolute lie and they should stop spreading the lie. In fact, he said that he's alleging that the Labour Party attempted to mobilize young people to protest against the outcome of the election on the banner of lies and deceit. He went further to state that the party wanted the same thing to happen on the basis of a lie, and that he finds the vice presidential candidate on television boasting, insisting, threatening, and trying to intimidate both the judiciary and the rest. You recall too, in April 7, 2022, the Labour Party, as well, that is the supporters of the Labour Party, as well as Wole Soyinka, there was an altercation. There was a lot of remarks made where Wole Soyinka made some remarks about the Labour Party supporters, and they thronged his page with all manner of vituperation. The question is, do you think that the Nobel laureate should be diplomatic, more diplomatic with his words when he wants to address certain issues, or would it just be, like he said, he doesn't like the Labour movement, it's not particularly, doesn't like that particular movement? What's your take on that?
Thank you. Let me preface my response with my knowledge of Wole Soyinka.
All right.
When I launched my book, Brain of Evil, in 2010, Wole Soyinka was the guest speaker and he was there physically present. That was when, in his heydays, he was well respected, very cerebral, and very much at top of his game. Unfortunately, since then, there has been a gradual descent into an abyss. And it began when he began to become a lackey of politicians. Sometime in 2014, Rotimi Amechi made Wole Soyinka the chairman of the Port Harcourt making Port Harcourt the world book capital, and several other things. He became like a defender of Rotimi Amechi, despite the humongous corruption Rotimi Amechi was involved in then. So the descent has been gradual and consistent. Wole Soyinka has refused to take the cue from people like Edwin Clark, who is in his 90s and has remained steadfast to the belief he had as a young man and has been very, very cerebral. Wole Soyinka, on the opposite, has left the virtues for which he was known in his heydays and is now descending into infamy. He's correct. It is not surprising that in all the atrocities committed during the election period, Wole Soyinka did not utter a single word in condemnation of the atrocities, the violence, the ethnic jingoism that took place during the election. He kept quiet. And this was a man who told us that the man died who keeps silent in the face of infamy. Wole Soyinka kept silent when there was infamy. So literally speaking, he is dead, according to his own words. Now, the words he used to describe the elections that we are all witnesses to only further give credence that indeed this man spiritually, morally, and intellectually is dead. He might be alive physically, but in terms of the Wole Soyinka we all knew, we respected in the past, this man is no longer existing. For him to have said that the elections were lost after all somebody came third, despite all the evidence that is available to Nigerians, that even INEC's affirmation that INEC messed up big time shows that Wole Soyinka has lost his track and perhaps approaching senility. But because of his use of grammar, he's able to mask the reality of his dissent. That does not mean he's not dissenting.
Barrister Eze, that is your perception, all right? That's basically your expression of that.
All I am saying here, just like Wole Soyinka expressed, are his opinion. I am simply stating my opinion and not that of VOP. So in my opinion, Mr. Wole Soyinka is descending at a very gradual, very...
Are you saying he's descending because he made possibly contradictory statement or opposing statements or coming from an opposition view to the Labour Party and the Obedient movement? Could it be that why you're making this statement?
No. If you notice, I started from 2014, from what he did in 2010. I showed that there was a gradual descent to hobnobbing with corruption, hobnobbing with corrupt politicians. So it is not a sudden issue. It has been a consistent path he's been on. So this is just one more issue, one more symptom, or one more exhibition of that descent. And I'm sure if he's not curtailed, if his handlers don't rein him in, Wole Soyinka will do more and more of such dissent. We hope for his own sake, but the respect we have for him, that he doesn't continue on that path.
Thank you very much, Barrister Eze. Barrister Evans, now, do you agree to the fact that the politicians probably got into him?
Well, it's an allegation. I'm not in the position to say, because I don't have proof that they got into him and then he's defending the politicians. The case he gave as reference has to do with Rotimi Amaechi, not Tinubu. So the link, I wouldn't say that. I just feel he's making statements that can be akin to errors